Okay, this video is what is the emperor's new clothes in health? And the obvious answer to anybody who's got a lot of experience in healthcare is drugs. Drugs are very overrated. The big secret about pharmacology is that most drugs don't work. Okay? They almost never cure anything. The best drugs are the ones that replace something. If you have a deficiency of thyroid hormone, you can get thyroid replacement. That's good. If you got a bad case of Parkinson's disease, you need replacement of dopamine, you can get the medication for that. So there are times when drugs are good, but here's a more typical scenario. This will be, let's say, the leaders of a big pharma company. And here's the scientist. People think, oh, it's based on science. No, these scientists, they have to make the company happy or they will never get grant money, okay? Or they'll never get a repeat job. So the first scientist says, we biased the sample set, we covered up the complications, we manipulated the statistics on the results. What else could we do? And here's a younger scientist who doesn't yet have the ethics that they need to make it in the science field nowadays. She says, but the drug doesn't work. And it has lots of side effects. And it's really expensive. And then the persons who run the pharmacology company, so what? We're going to make billions on this. Billions. And then the poor families are typically a bunch of chumps who don't know anything. And, they're hoping that, their family member can be saved. And they're like, oh, our poor child is so sick. Thank God for the science. Thank you so much for helping us. And what I'm saying is the whole thing is kind of an emperor's new clothes. The drug company most of the time really has nothing significant to offer. They just pretend they do. And the poor family, they put all their hopes in this. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you're stuck. And sometimes things do really work. Antibiotics can be quite helpful. And I hope everybody knows the story of Emperor's New Clothes. Everybody lied to the emperor and said, oh, your clothes are great, your clothes are great. And then there was some kid who said, no, the emperor's not wearing any clothes. And so that's the way a lot of medicine works. Everybody says, oh, yes, of course, the center of medicine, the sun of the universe of healthcare is Big Pharma. But the reality is the center of healthcare should be learning about diet and toxicology because that's the vast majority of diseases. But instead, doctors don't know diet and toxicology. So anyways, the emperor's new clothes of healthcare is the central focus on Big Pharma.